this bad boy, and it was still just solid circle showing up on the ultrasound. She's like, no, it's dead. And I asked her too, because I kind of have another vein that like kind of goes off of the one that's closed, and I was like, is this gonna go away right here? And she's like, yeah, that one is gone too. Then she proceeds to tell me, Anthony, she said, don't be surprised if your vein starts to feel like a gummy worm in there before
that's fun.
Like disintegrates.
Interesting.
So it could feel like I have a
gummy worm.
gummy
has
worm.
To basically absorb it and get rid
I guess
of it,
it becomes solid first, and then it goes away.
What I found fascinating about our debrief yesterday, though, and this is that when one vein goes offline, the others step in to pick up the slack. So
deep vein thrombosis. That's what I was trying to dig for in my brain.
Thrombosis.
That's what you don't want. That's a blood clot in your deep vein.
Oh, you don't want that.
Yeah.
That's a bad thing.
Right. So now the weird thing is too, like right now I'm pretty comfortable, surprisingly, but like earlier I felt like I couldn't really, like, I'm always crossing my legs, but it feels achy almost on like the back side of my leg. Because like you said, I think the other veins are kind of picking up the load
the new routes
of blood, which I'm so glad that we're talking about this, because I have had so many messages from you guys and comments. And when I say messages, like direct messages asking like certain tips, advice, locations.
Well, that's why I think it's valuable to share your journey.
Because I think so many women are scared to do it. I say just go for it.
Go for it.
It really wasn't a bad experience.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all. And then so you just have minor aches today. You'd say scale of 1 to 10. On the pain
hardly
scale
even
today.
a 1.
Oh, hardly
it's
even a 1.
It's just kind of, you know, when you work out and your leg gets tired, or like the next day you're a little bit sore.
I kind of enjoy that feeling because I know that it means that I did a good workout.
So it feels like I worked out, but I didn't. Which, you know,
And
so
then
we'll see.
how's the comfort level on the compression sleeve? How that needs to stay on for 2 weeks, you said?
2 weeks.
Is it uncomfortable?
No, I take it off at night, so that's cool. And I did confirm yesterday with the ultrasound tech. I was like, I gotta wear this for 2 weeks, hoping she'd be like,
no, not really. You're in good shape.
Yeah. She's like, yes.
And then how long in the comfy shoes?
Well, you know, they didn't tell me to wear comfy shoes, but I'm absolutely not wearing heels while my leg is healing. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Before we started Chicago Now, I said, I don't know if I'll be able to transition back over to heels. But I heard from the youngins that tennies are actually like in style.
They're
like
back.
you can wear a dress with tennis shoes.
I couldn't help but look over your shoulder when you guys were exploring like the right socks to wear with it. Yeah, and
so this is the other thing. Like how long is too long?
I don't know. Because I heard that the skin socks were out. Like the ones that where you can't see leg, that those are out, and then like my sock game needs a lot of work.
I guess you're supposed to pull it down a little bit, like maybe like yay high.
We're gonna have
Gen
to get the bottom line
Zs,
from our,
yay high.
our cool kids behind the camera
and
here.
she also said black shoes are cool too. So I thought it was only white tennies, but I guess like black tennies are cool too.
Okay. Black Sambas.
Specifically
not just
the Sambas.
any black tennies. You know, they got to be the Sambas.
The Sambas.
Yes,
okay, I'm about it. Comfortable footwear.
We have a really exciting show today.
First
of all,
let's get into
Caitlin,
it. Yeah.
At the end of the hour, you are going to experience
I'm so excited about this.
a musical performance.
Yeah.
I am very curious to see this piece too because we recorded it.
When did you guys do this?
A few weeks ago. Paris Schutz, our political editor, and myself were on the piano. And then our very own, our very talented Anita Blanton with the vocals.
Yeah.
So, get ready for that.
Can you please tell me honestly, how did you guys do?
We'll see.
Were you nervous?
It felt, no, not really. There was no crowd.
It was like,
there were only cameras, so that helped. If there was a crowd there, I think I would have been nervous because I'm not really used to performing live.
Was it like a show and tell opportunity?
Yeah, it was kind
for
of
coworkers.
Yeah, exactly, a little bit.
I'm so excited.
So that's coming up at the end of the hour. That'll musical
be so
performance.
Fun. Yeah.
And then before that, we get to talk about. Do you know what a lake sturgeon is, by chance?
Ish.
These are I think they're probably the most incredible
they're big,
creatures.
Right?
They can be huge.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean,
fresh water, right?
I would have to refresh my Google on this, but I think that in history they pulled like a 14-foot sturgeon out of one of the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Lake Superior or Lake
Michigan. And these are the kind of buggers that will make you scared to go swimming in a lake.
But you shouldn't be. Yes, they will make people scared because of the size of them. They're bigger than a shark.
They could eat you.
They won't. because they feed on the plankton and the algae at the bottom of the lake.
I like to
They
hear
have
that.
no desire to consume. There's literally no reason to fear these things. They're at the bottom, and they can be small or large, but they had an old one at the Shed Aquarium for many, many years. I think they called him Granddad or something like that. He was in his 90s.
Is that the one you touched?
No. So I think Granddad may have passed. I need to refresh my memory on
Okay.
this. But they do have younger sturgeon at the shed and a really cool exhibit where you can go and touch them. And the reason they're so cool is they're known as living fossils because they are contemporaries of the dinosaurs, which is unbelievable. They are contemporaries of the dinosaurs. They've survived to this day.
Are they super ugly?
I think they're awesome.
They're cool looking.
They have kind of a scaly, ridged back.
Okay.
But they are so cool, and I cannot wait to talk to our friends.
Deep.
Yeah, we're going to do a deep dive, no
Yeah.
pun intended there. Also, we are going to speak red, red wine. Doom, doom, boom, doom. Stick low there. Whatever the word, I only know red wine, that one lyric, but we're going to be speaking with UB40, the lead singer. And one of the founding members, because they are in town for Ravinia. We're going to do a live interview with UB40. And before that, we got to get to what is trending.
T-Swift,
Are
baby.
you a T-Swift? Are you a Swiftie?
Not really.
Me neither.
I used to like Taylor Swift a lot, but that was like back in my college days.
Oh my gosh, you're so young. So Taylor Swift was a thing.
She
when
was
you were
a thing
in college.
for me, yeah.
Do I not even know how old you are?
I'm 35.
You're 35.
Is that young?
Yes.
You thought I was older than that.
Maybe. I don't think I've ever really strongly considered your age.
Yeah.
But like, you were in college when Taylor Swift was a thing.
Yeah.
Because she feels like this like young.
When Twilight came out, I was in college, I think. I graduated in 2012.
2012. Okay, so Taylor Swift became a thing like in 2009, 2010.
That would make sense.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I really loved her collab with not Hozier, with Bon Iver.
Oh.
She did like kind of I don't know, it wasn't one of her major big album releases. It was one, I think it counts among her 12, but it's just absolutely beautiful. And so she's out with album 12, and she released this thing on her boyfriend's podcast, the Kelsey Brothers podcast. That's pretty.
How do you feel about these Kelsey boys?
The Kelsey Brothers? I like the Kelsey Brothers.
They seem like good.
I think I'm more of a Jason Kelsey guy than a Travis Kelsey guy.
I get it, because he's so funny.
He's hilarious.
His wife. Have you seen Jason Kelsey's wife? She's
like a super athlete, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
She's phenomenal. She's hilarious. She goes on rants. She has her own podcast, and it is so funny for moms.
That's
Check her
right.
out. What is her name?
Is it
Kylie?
And
Kelsey.
What's the show called?
New Heights.
New Heights. Oh,
New Heights.
Let's just go ahead and air the clip.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie. That's why we match so well.
We're about to do a podcast. Such a nice color on you.
Yes, I know. It's the color of your eyes, sweetie. That's why we match so well.
Podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the chemistry.
Okay, so that was the Kelsey Boys' podcast, right?
So we aired kind of a cryptic clip on the news this morning of Taylor Swift announcing her new album, holding it up, but then it was like redacted.
Blurry.
It was blurry. So I think it was like a soft launch. So it was like an announcement of her 12th studio album. It's called The Life of a Showgirl. She did it during a surprise appearance on the podcast that you mentioned, the New Heights podcast.
No, I was talking about his wife's podcast.
Oh, the Wife's podcast. What do we know the name of the Wife's podcast?
You keep reading, I'll look it up.
And so this was a briefcase reveal at 12:12 a.m. Eastern Time on August 12th.
Not gonna lie. That's what her podcast is. Not gonna lie. Thank you, Delaney.
And that made like headlines a couple months back where, for a brief time, I believe, Kylie Kelsey's podcast overtook Joe Rogan's as like the top.
I'm not surprised,
listened to
Anthony,
podcast in the whole world.
Because she is comical. What did she? She was doing like she was going off. Oh, I think it was about because I'm a C-section mom. I've had 3, and I think her comment was about how some people say like, oh, you didn't actually give birth. You took the easy way out if you had a C-section. And she has not had C-sections, but she went off the rails in the best way, defending mamas who have had C-sections. I've got goosebumps. You guys, you gotta watch it.
But explain to the folks why that is a complete misnomer. Like, my understanding is the C-section recovery is way hard.
Well, it's not an easy way out. No way around it.
There's no easy.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, of course, I think most, now speaking for myself, I wish that I didn't have a C-section because we want to do it the real natural way, of course. And it's healthier for the baby, the vaginal route, because they have a bunch of bacteria, I guess, that they get for their gut health. It would be, I mean, in a perfect world, I think we would all want that. But sometimes that's not the case, you know, and C-sections are not, I mean, obviously they're not. I'll show you guys my C-section. I
like how open you are with your procedures. It's great.
But no, it is, there is no easy way out. And, you know, the recovery, like you mentioned, like this last one for me was extra difficult, like hard to walk for a week. But, I mean, her whole point is like, there's a baby now in this world. So what do you mean? Like, I still gave birth. I grew this child and now it's out of my body. There's a child there. You know what I mean? That was her point, is like, how dare you?
Good for her.
Why would you say that?
Good for her, setting the record straight.
Also, mind your business, okay?
Yeah.
Who would ever get on like a phone or like a comment, Anthony's like, what? And say to a mom, you took the easy way out for having a C-section. Like, why would you think that's a good idea?
There's so many reasons for that. Like,
it's medically
I was astounded.
necessary.
You know, again, these stats aren't fresh off my head, but I've been so astounded during both of our, you know, the birth of both of our kids, thinking about the maternal mortality rate before modern medicine.
Sure.
Like how many moms were dying during
Right.
childbirth.
Right.
There's like a lot of modern medicine has helped the cause here.
Yes.
Like,
I mean,
this is no joke.
For me, it was one of those situations where for my first, I was a week late, went to the doctor to get induced, which commonly happens because they tell you that you could run out of amniotic fluid for the baby. So you're putting your baby at risk. So went to the doctor to get induced a week later, and I just was failure to progress. I was not dilating. And so this was like 48 hours past when they started this process. And my husband was like, are we done? Like, what are we doing right now? Like, because he just saw like I was suffering and shaky and like all the medication and stuff. And so then we proceeded with the C-section. And turns out my second child had the cord wrapped around her neck twice. So Darcy, you can see it on my video. They pull the baby out and she's like, oh 2 times.
Wow.
And you can see her unwrapping
and
the
that
cord.
would have been, if it was a standard birth, that would have been a difficult
Exactly.
thing.
So sometimes, you know, yes. It's you know, it's motherhood. And if you had a C-section, you didn't take the easy route out. How did we get on this tangent right now?
Because of Kylie.
Let's bring it back.
To bring it back before
Taylor
we go on,
Swift.
the album itself, even though she soft launched it, comes out in early October. Okay,
that's
so
very exciting.
This next trending topic today, Caitlin. I need your bottom line. The Farmer's Almanac is predicting a harsh winter across much of the U.S. for this incoming winter season. Frequent falls, unpredictable patterns from coast to coast. There's a bunch of other details here, but before I bore everybody with those details, how much stock do you put in the Farmer's Almanac?
You know, I was kind of trying to read up on like their process,
their accuracy
of how
rate?
they do this forecasting, because the official winter outlook doesn't come out until October for winter. But so for the Farmer's Almanac, they don't, you know, take it out of thin air.
So there is some science.
There's some science they're doing.
it.
They're talking about La Nina fading, ocean oscillations are steady, stratospheric winds are shifting. I'm just reading their headlines. The polar vortex may wobble. So I don't know.
Oh, the polar vortex. So you said La Nina is a factor.
Yes, and so I'm looking through their forecast here. Of course, don't count on it. It's fun to talk about still.
I decided to just ask, I think, one of the
Did he go
AI
off?
models.
Oh.
How accurate is the Farmer's Almanac?
Yeah, what did it say?
The Almanac the folks at the Almanac claim that they have an 80% accuracy rate.
Okay,
But the people who have
the climatologist with
climatologists put it at 52%.
Okay.
So they compared it to essentially just a touch more accurate than a coin toss.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's why I'm scared going into this winter. Correct me if I'm wrong. We've had, gosh, I wish there was wood I could just knock, but because I'm kind of superstitious
knock
like
the
that.
acai bowl?
Yeah, acai bowl. Acai bowl.
Am I saying that wrong?
No, I think you got it right. I used to call it an acai bowl. Which is kind of like me. Remember when I called Chapel Rowan Chappelle Rowan? It's in the same Ponce.
That's fine. The acai bowl.
Now I'm lost on what we were even
I don't
saying.
remember.
Knock on wood. Oh, because the last few winters I feel like have been
mild.
I don't even want to say it. Yeah.
Well,
I don't want to jinx us. Haven't they?
I've loved it.
I have loved it too.
I've loved
what?
it.
Like,
because I drive, so I don't want to be driving through.
Oh my gosh, there's so many reasons to love a mild winter. I just feel like we've had a streak of like winters where it's like,
oh, that wasn't so bad.
Escaped a
that
lot.
Wasn't so bad.
Because, Caitlin, when you were just a little young thing in 2011 and 2012, we had these two back-to-back. You probably don't even remember because
I was in college.
You were just in high school.
Listen to me. 2012. when I was in college, I went to Central Michigan. Okay, we would have snowstorms, and I'd be tracking to a party in heels. That's just how we went.
I just remember the back-to-back winters, the blizzard winter and the winter after. We had like 80 inches of snow and like record cold, and I am forever traumatized by that. Okay, we get to take a break.
Yeah.
I'm lost in my cards now because of all this stuff.
So many emotions, you guys.
Coming up, UB40 fans, and there are many. They are in town for a performance this week at Ravinia, and we're going to be speaking live with the lead vocalist and founding member Robin Campbell when we come back here on Chicago Now. Stay with us.
Red, red wine goes through my head, makes me forget that I still need her so. Red, red wine, it's up to you.
You know, Anthony. Do you remember this song when it was coming through and really popular?
Yeah.
I guess they were here locally. This is the band UB40. They've sold over 70 million records. They picked up 4 Grammy nominations along the way, and they're still going strong. They're coming to Chicago to perform at Ravinia on August 27th, and they're joining us, I believe. Do we
have Matt Doyle on the line?
Can you hear us?
Matt, can you hear us, sir?
You have Robin Campbell
yes!
as
Yes!
Hi!
Matt Doyle!
How are you guys?
We are good.
Fine.
Where are you joining us from this morning?
I couldn't quite catch that. Say that again.
Where are you joining us from this morning?
Oh, I'm in Birmingham, England.
Oh my gosh,
Birmingham,
you're still back home. That is
England.
where the band started and they were founded.
That's so fun.
You are headed to Chicagoland, I understand, a little bit later this month to perform at Ravinia. Have you guys performed Ravinia before?
I believe the guys have. This is going to be my first time. Actually, my only second time in. So, yeah, I'm quite excited to come and play for you guys. Yeah.
Oh, good. So your second time to Chicago, you said?
Yeah, it's second or actually it's probably the third time now.
What do you think about Chicago?
It's wonderful. It's actually one of my favourite places to go. Big Shameless fan, big US Shameless fan. But yeah,
Have you watched
really
Shameless?
cool to see.
I have not seen Shameless.
I watched the whole thing. I'm with you.
I'm glad that you guys can connect over that. William Macy, right? Yeah, that's right, Bill Macy.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, what has it been like for you taking over lead vocalist duties of this legendary band? How's the experience been for you? Is it overwhelming?
No, it's been absolutely amazing. Getting to see the world, getting to meet loads of cool people like you guys, playing to thousands of people every night with, the biggest reggae band in the world, and they chose me to front them, so it's an absolute dream come true, to be honest.
Can we talk about your music? So it's a fusion of reggae, pop, social commentary. How has the band evolved over the years, and how do you balance staying true to your roots but also appealing to the new people who are listening to you today?
Well, I'd say the band's evolved. It's had I'm the third singer to come in now, so there's been a lineup change here and there over the years. But in terms of sound, the guys have always stayed true to the original UB40 sound, and that's what it's all been about. It's about bringing new fans in. Every time we play, there's 3 generations of fans there, so it's fantastic. So, yeah, we just we keep the formula pretty similar, but shake things up a little bit, and yeah, you just do what you love doing. You write what you love writing, and hopefully, when you put it out there, people will love listening to it as well.
So you said you write as well. So you're actually still adding to the catalog. This isn't just rehashing what UB40 is most famous for, red wine, and can't help falling in love with you. You're actually adding to the catalog.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That one of the reasons that the guys asked me to join is because I write as well, and this band isn't a cabaret band. They don't want to go out and play, the same songs over and over. We love playing those songs. Maybe, a lot of the guys are a bit bored of rehearsing them by now, but we still love playing Red Wine, Can't Help Falling in Love.
Oh, yeah.
We always want to be playing new stuff as well.
Get everybody excited about the classics. So you mentioned how you love Chicago. You are in England right now. What city in the world is your favorite to perform at?
Ooh. I should probably say Chicago.
No, be honest. We want honest.
If I had to be honest, I don't think I could choose one.
Red Rocks.
I got my nickname Hollywood at Hollywood Bowl, so I think Hollywood.
That's
LA.
always been on my list. Don't worry, Matt. I'm going to ask Caitlin who her favorite child is out of her 3 children, just to put her on the spot in the same way. Okay, Matt, I'm told by our producers that we got to check in now with your bandmate, Robin, who is on the other line. We want to thank you for joining us all the way from Birmingham, England, or Birmingham. I think you have to say Birmingham.
That sounds right.
That was Matt Doyle, everybody. But we've got one of the founding members as well of the band. Is that correct? Robin Campbell, can you hear me? Yes!
Hi.
I can hear you. Hi, everybody. How are you?
Hi, Robin. Where are you joining us from this morning?
I'm just outside of Birmingham too.
Oh, you guys are next door neighbors.
So it's what 4:30 p.m. there?
Yeah.
Ish?
Yeah. We all live in and around the same areas. We all hang out together. Same as when we're on the road, you know. We live in each other's pockets.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you first. What is the secret to keeping the band together, keeping the friendship alive between you guys?
Well, we were friends before the band. I think that's the secret. The original members we grew up together. I've known original founding members since they were 10 years old, and some even younger than that. So we've grown up together, you know. I think we were a gang before we were a band, you know. We kind of hung out together, went to all the same clubs, bars, youth clubs, you know, cafes, everything we've done together, and we've grown up on the same music, so we share the same loves, you know, and the same obsessions. So I think that's what makes it easy to stick together, you know. Obviously, we've lost a few along the way, but generally, we have a gang mentality, and we enjoy each other's company. You know, we love doing what we do, and we feel privileged. So it's
Almost
easy.
family
We don't find it hard at all.
Yeah.
Well, it obviously translates into stunning success. Your band has stood the test of time. We just put your colleague Matt on the spot and asked him his favorite venue to perform worldwide. You've been touring for a very long time. He mentioned the Hollywood Bowl.
I was listening. Yeah, of course he said Hollywood.
Do you have any thoughts?
There are many fantastic places to play all around the world. I love playing in New Zealand. Auckland's a great place to play. I like playing anywhere in LA, not just the Hollywood Bowl. Yeah, I mean, I enjoy touring, you know, so it's hard to pick one town out, or even one country, you know.
Yeah.
We just love touring.
Speaking of touring, can you give us a memory? Maybe that'll be easier. Is there any memory that sticks out in your brain about something that happened while you were touring and performing that was just a wow moment, or something funny maybe?
Well, there's many moments. We're writing a book as we speak.
Oh,
cool.
fun.
And yeah, I guess one of the great moments for me was when we played South Africa for the first time in '94, I think it was. After apartheid was outlawed and Mandela was made president, and we'd been observing the cultural boycott for the previous 10 years, 15 years. So it was fantastic to go there. We still hold the live record in South Africa. I think we played to 250,000 people over 3 nights.
Wow. What a memory.
That was incredible, having them sing music that had been banned in the country, to have them sing those songs back to us, you know, was and when you got 70,000 people singing at you, it's quite moving, you know.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look that up on YouTube. What a historic moment that would have been. Robin, let me ask you this. What is the most challenging or difficult thing about touring? You've been doing it for so many years. What's the hardest part about it?
Still trying to be comfortable the older I get.
Like physically comfortable or emotionally comfortable?
Yeah. No, physically.
Physically,
you know, the traveling is hard. It gets harder to do the traveling, but you know, you do it for the shows. So the show is the compensation for the sometimes, you know, misery of travel and hotels, you know.
Right.
So the magic of live performance has never ever worn off for you, even though you've been doing this for decades.
No, there's nothing you can replace it with, you know. There's no substitute for a live audience, and we're fortunate we have an incredibly loyal following globally, you know, and we can go anywhere in the world and play to sold out audiences, and it's a wonderful thing. It's an emotional communication you have with the audience, you know, and it's such a buzz. Every night we come off feeling great, you know, and ready to do another one.
Okay, so speaking of ready to do another one, we've got Ravinia, of course, but you personally, what are you looking forward to? What's down the road for you guys? What's your next concert venue that you're like, ooh, I can't wait to go there?
I really don't get that.
You're used
special
to
about
it.
venues. You know, I just love playing the gig, and you just don't know until you've done the show how you're going to remember it. You know, they're always good. It's difficult to pick favourites because the level of our audience participation and the response that we get, you know, the reception we get is so good that it's hard to pick one. I just love going back to places, you know, going back to countries that we haven't been to for a while. I love going back to New Zealand, particularly. You know, I mean, I love touring the States, so.
Fun.
It's you know, there's always something to look forward to. We played in Mauritius just a couple of weeks ago for the first time, and we're already talking about going back there because it was so wonderful.
Unbelievable. Well,
Fun.
Ravinia is lucky to be hosting you guys in just a couple of weeks. Robin Campbell of UB40, good luck to you, sir. Happy trails, and we look forward to seeing you here in Chicagoland later this month, sir.
I'm looking forward to it.
Have a great evening.
We're getting the thank you. So we're getting the wrap from our producer, but I just need to throw this out there. Caitlin, do you know how UB40 got its name?
Tell me.
Unemployment benefits form number 40. All the band members, they were like in the unemployment line
No way.
way back in the 70s, and that was their like bonding tissue. Yeah.
Wait, I love
unemployment
that.
benefits.
And look at
form
them
number
now.
40. Yeah, exactly. So it's UB40.
I wanted to ask him, if we had more time, a question, if he could speak to his audience, like his big fans. What would he want to say? You know, because they range all sorts of ages. Like they were saying, they've got new people that are listening to him now.
No, it's an entity at this point. I think it'll be going for years and years and
That's
years.
so
and
fun.
I wish I could make that show, but it's on a Wednesday night. That's tough on our shift, isn't
Wednesday
it?
night. Why? Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
You know,
on the
it's a
August
school night.
27th at
School night
Ravinia.
now.
If you don't need to wake up at 3 a.m. for your 2 a.m. for your job,
Just take the day off.
Take the day off.
Not
Yeah,
good.
exactly. Something coming down with something.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up after this break, we are going to be checking in with our friends at Shed Aquarium.
Love it, and have so many
a
questions.
senior aquarist.
Sure.
About one of their coolest residents in the aquarium, and that is the lake sturgeon. This is an ancient species that has also stood the test of time. We're going to be speaking with Evan Kinn coming up after this.
Welcome back, 10:38. So dinosaurs might be long gone, but believe it or not, some of their ancient neighbors are still around, like the lake sturgeon. This fish has been swimming in our waters since before the T-Rex even roamed Earth, which officially makes it a living fossil. This is what you were talking about. So joining us to talk about the sturgeon is Evan Kinn, senior aquarist at Shed Aquarium. These prehistoric survivors, the challenges facing their home, and how visitors can get up close, personal, hands-on with this species. Good morning.
Hey, Evan.
Good morning, you guys. Thanks for having me on today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you.
Gonna be hard to follow up UB40, but I'll try my best.
Hey, two things that have stood the test of time: UB40 and the lake sturgeon.
That's right. Yes.
Right. Okay.
Exactly.
So let's talk about this. What is the kind of baseline knowledge about the lake sturgeon? We were talking about how big can they actually grow, and how old is this species?
So they are very old. Like you mentioned, they're a living fossil. So a living fossil is basically an animal that's been around since before the time of the dinosaurs, and we know that because of the fossil record. So basically, that's finding fossils of these animals and comparing them to how they exist in the world today. So, yep, that's one of our lake sturgeon that we have here at the aquarium in our amazing sturgeon touch habitat. So this is an opportunity for guests to really get up close and personal with an animal that is ancient.
That looks like a baby shark. Okay, so the lake sturgeon, do they hang out at the bottom of the lake always?
Generally, yeah, you'll typically find them at the bottom. So if you see those four whisker things kind of right in front of their head there, those are actually called barbels, and that's what they use to find their food. That's what they use to find their prey, and their prey is going to be, anything that they might be able to eat. So it could be small crustaceans or mollusks or even some smaller fish. So they will kind of cruise along the substrate at the bottom of the habitat looking for food using those barbels. So when you think of a sturgeon, they generally will live in kind of deeper, colder waters. So there might not be a ton of light available. So they don't exactly use their eyes too much for hunting. They're more relying on those four little barbel whiskers.
Wow, that's so fascinating. There have been some pretty large sturgeon found in the Great Lakes over the decades. Just how big can this species grow?
So the lake sturgeon is actually not one of the largest sturgeon species out there. The sturgeon that we have here are currently about 4 feet long, and I would say they probably weigh around 30 to 40 pounds. But they can definitely grow quite a bit bigger, get double that size, and weigh well over 100 pounds when they're fully grown. So still a pretty big size for a fish. And I think you asked earlier about how long they can live, and they can live for over 100 years.
What?
Which is pretty cool.
That is wild. Okay, so the lake sturgeon, you said it eats little crustaceans and it could eat other plant matter that's in the bottom of the lake. For people who are going swimming in Lake Michigan, if they're thinking, what's the biggest fish that could touch my foot? Is this the one?
Yeah, that'll definitely be the one. However, if you do end up finding a lake sturgeon while you're swimming, there's absolutely no need to, be afraid of them. You did say they kind of look like sharks, and that's actually one of the number one things that people say when they enter our Great Lakes gallery is they see our touch pool, the touch habitat that is right up in front. And I hear oftentimes kids yell, I want to go touch the shark. I want to go touch the shark. And while they do look similar to sharks and have a similar body composition of sharks, in meaning that they don't have true bones, but they have a cartilaginous skeleton. So you can come up, touch them, and there's really nothing to be afraid of if you do end up swimming and find one out in the wild. They're not really pose any threat to people.
Good.
You mentioned the lifespan. They can live over 100. Didn't the Shed have a really long-standing resident? Will you run us through that? Because if memory serves, did that fish pass?
Yes, so that I believe you are talking about one of our Australian lungfish. I believe his name was Granddad.
That's right.
He was well over 100 years old and had basically been at Shed since Shed's inception back in 1930. So it was incredible that we were able to have that animal for I think it was over 70 years. And then after that animal passed away of old age, its body went out to be studied. And when they came back to us, it was well over 100 years old. It had been basically living through 3 different centuries, which is pretty crazy to think about when you think of a fish lifespan.
Unbelievable.
How is the lake sturgeon population in Lake Michigan? How are we looking?
So currently lake sturgeon are an endangered species. So that is one thing, that we got to watch out for with these animals. There are a lot of regulations when it comes to people fishing for sturgeon, meaning that you can't catch them for certain times of the year, or if you do catch them, you have to release them because of their status of being endangered. And one of the biggest reasons for their status of being endangered is because if you've ever had caviar, that's where it comes from. So
What?
caviar is sturgeon eggs.
Oh,
I did not aware. I was not, for some reason I thought they came from a whale or something. I didn't
what?
even know. Or
Anthony?
a shark. Caviar
Yep.
is sturgeon
Oh.
eggs.
didn't know
Okay,
that
interesting.
either.
So how is the shed playing a role in maintaining this species or trying to help it bounce back?
Yeah, so we do definitely work with basically growing up sturgeon and making sure that, you know, they get to an appropriate size where they'll reach sexual maturity, where you know, they will start producing eggs. And you know, if we do have any eggs or anything like that, we'll try to hatch them out. We do work with different organizations around the state that you know, we can work with, like basically rehabilitation or release programs, you know, to help bolster numbers. So there are definitely a lot of conservation efforts out in the world for the lake sturgeon because of their endangered species status. But, you know, it's a tough animal to consistently reproduce because a female sturgeon will only lay eggs a couple of times in her whole 100 years. And sometimes reaching that age of sexual maturity could take, you know, a couple of decades to even get to a point where she can start, you know, producing eggs. So that was one of the big reasons, you know, the population was decimated for the caviar industry, was because they take a long time to get to that stage. And, you know, they produce eggs only a couple times in their life.
Wow, wow. They are precious beings. Okay, Evan Kinn, fascinating stuff. Can't wait to visit with my kids once again.
So fun. They
can
love to touch
Absolutely.
the fish.
the back of them. So it's hard. It's like, it's
Yep.
I think you called it a cartilaginous.
Sure,
Whatever.
yeah.
Couldn't do the word.
The sturgeon.
Evan Kinn. Yeah, so cool.
So
You got to
cool.
visit. You got to
I
take
wanted
your kids when they're old
another
enough.
Yeah. Another question I was going to ask him if we had more time, which I'll have to Google it, is are there other fish that are also have been around for 200, what was it, 200 million years?
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Or is that the only one that we know of in the Great Lakes that is kind of before
Some
the
of those
dinosaurs?
shellfish, some of those crustaceans, I think, are pretty
Those
ancient as
too?
well. But yeah,
Very
that's a great Google errand in your future.
Hey, AI.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have a very special treat for everybody coming up. A rare musical performance by yours truly, our very own Paris Schutz, and the very talented Anita Blanton from
Anita!
Howl at the Moon. When
Yeah.
we come back, stay tuned. Bottoms up, everybody.
Woo, cheers.
Bottoms up. Cheers.
It's Friday, so
An acai bowl. That's a really cool disco ball you got there.
Disco ball, yes. And we've seen this before.
We have.
We have.
Anita, we've been waiting with bated breath for this next story.
Yeah.
And first, before we roll the tape here on this performance that we gave at Howl at the Moon,
So much fun.
I want to retroactively thank you once again for answering the call earlier that week. We knew we were going to have access to the piano and the stage at this beloved Chicago River North venue, Howl at the Moon. But I was like, I don't really feel that comfortable singing. Safety in numbers. So I texted Anita Blanton, hey.
He turned it from a solo into a trio.
Yes, right. Anita, but she was such a good sport.
So much fun. Well, you know, when he first asked, I'm like, now what? What do you need? Yeah, so that's a trio. I was like, well, what? What do you need? So he ended up actually, you did like a demo for me.
Yes.
Like, okay, here's what I need. I'm like, okay, I could do this. I can rock this.
There was one song that was kind of in my repertoire that I thought Anita's voice would sound beautiful singing.
Wait,
and
did
so
you have it in front of you? Did you know it by heart?
I didn't know the song. He sung it into his phone. This is technology in 2025. He sung it into his phone, sent it to me. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can make something work. Then I sang it into my phone. I sent it to
on
him.
literally 2 or 3 days notice. And Friday was the big reveal. Without further ado, here we go, right here.
Based around the show. So every location has a stage, and we're not just doing pianos. We have drums, guitar, some people do harmonica, violin. So really that whole concept is what we do. That's what Howl at the Moon is known for. When you walk into any Howl at the Moon, the show is always going. So there's no break, there's no intermission. They start right at 7 o'clock and they play nonstop until last call.
We want people up on the stage dancing. They'll randomly give people in the crowd the tambourine, things like that, and let them become part of the show. We're looking for them to let loose when they come in. It's an experience, and we want them to come back, tell their friends, you know, forget what's going on in the world when they walk through the door and just have a great time.
It's not only the band, it's also the staff. So sometimes you'll see servers get up there and dance along to certain songs. One of our bartenders here in Chicago likes to beatbox, so he'll come up at some point in the night and gets the crowd going as well.
It's a party. As soon as you walk in the door, it's a party from the moment you step in the door to the moment you leave or crawl out, whichever comes first. But when people come in here, they're looking to sing, to dance, party. When you come in, you do want to try a bucket, one of our Jell-O shots.
Howl at the Moon is known for our buckets. We do have multiple sizes. You can do an individual one or a large one. You can also get our bucket flavors in a cocktail as well. But the most popular flavor of the Howl at the Moon bucket is Sex on the Moon. Some of our locations have a kitchen. Chicago is one of them. So our kitchen is open from the moment our doors open until midnight every night. We have a typical bar menu. We have like your Chipotle chicken wraps, your pizzas, your nachos, tacos, all that fun stuff. What we're also known for is our foot-long hot dogs of all different flavors. With our private events, we have a specialty catering menu, which was created in-house. So our executive chef, Carlos, has been here over 20 years. He basically came with the place. Over those 20 years, he's taken every client's favorite request and built this catering menu. But if you want to stop in any time of the week, our kitchen's always open and you can just grab a light appetizer or grab dinner. The show starts at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. You can eat before, during, or after. Howl at the Moon definitely brings all ages through our doors. You could see a 21st birthday, you could see bachelor parties, you could see a 50th birthday, you can see an anniversary party. It's really just all ages 21 up.
So Caitlin, you just made the age You know, you're 21 and up.
To be able to
so
get
you can
in.
get in.
Thank goodness, you guys.
I just learned Caitlin's age earlier in the show.
He thought I was older than I am.
But that is kind of the cool thing about Howl at the Moon is you never know who's gonna pop up on stage there.
With ladies, you know, you're like, I
The food looked phenomenal, but you guys are outstandingly talented.
Oh, thank you.
Amazing.
This
one.
You put it
This
together, yeah, and led the way on it. So
Paris
we
should
just
be
hopped
here
in.
too. He is
He's more than Paris on politics.
so good
Yeah,
as well
a
because he
great
picked up that song right
musician.
away as well,
And he had
kind of
the
that day.
harmonica.
And yeah, he had
He got on the harmonica.
There's probably some raw video that we can cue up because
Yeah.
we played
More
Piano
Elton
Man.
John, yeah.
We played a little Elton John. We played a little Billy Joel. Paris has the whole thing. You know that like apparatus where you can
Yeah. And he knows how to do it.
piano and harmonica at
At
the same time.
He was great.
Did you guys train since you were little?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
Like my parents made me take lessons through high school. So I started around maybe age 6 or so.
Okay.
And that was the one extracurricular that was a non-negotiable in my in the Ponce household. It was like through
And it
senior
didn't
year.
make you hate it. You were like,
For a while it did.
yeah.
But
And
then
see, I hated it, and therefore I was like, I'm not
Outta
playing
here.
piano. My dad would make me, because my dad plays, and so he made me take
nice.
lessons, and I was like, I will unlearn every day, like learn, unlearn, and I really regret that I didn't. You know, I mean, I was a kid. I regret it now, but I've been singing since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that was kind of all right. Well, you're always gonna. My
You
mom
got that
sings.
talent,
That's
you're
how
natural.
my parents met.
Oh.
My
And
dad
you-
played the piano for my mother's choir, and when he was in college, that's how he made money.
Wow.
He played the piano for my mom's
So
choir.
music runs through your veins. You've also done some pretty significant performances in your day as well. Didn't you have a big national anthem
I've been able to
performance?
do some great things, but then I don't sing that much anymore.
Me
So when
neither.
he has, I'm like, I haven't sung in years, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I've been able to do some great things. But you know,
I'm going
Yeah.
through the same thing you just described, Anita, with Theo right now because he is 9 years old, and so getting him to practice, it takes incentive. Here, you know, your allowance depends on that, making the bed,
Here's
you
a
know,
fruit
things
roll-up,
like that.
yeah.
So I remember when I was a kid, I used to get stars in a little notebook, a little like, you know, those little sticker stars, and if I got 5 at the end of it was like $1.50 allowance. It was inflation, you
Yeah,
know.
sure,
You
sure,
gotta
sure.
account for
maybe if my parents had put a dollar amount to it, maybe
exactly
that
right.
would, you know.
I find that
stuck with
bribery
me.
works. Parents out there, I don't know if you're
All I do is bribe my kids.
bribery works
Except
very
unless
well.
my middle kid, I literally yesterday, Anthony, I'm thinking, what could I offer her to make her do this? I don't remember what I was trying to get her to do. This is not what you should probably do as a parent.
Uh-oh.
But if I take something away, she's like, bye, that's
Yeah.
fine, take it. You know?
just had the conveation about middle
Middle
yes.
kids today. It's National Middle
Child Day.
Yeah.
Good point. My middle child is wild.
So,
Off
so
the
your middle
rails.
child does not fit the
She
fit the
beats to her
stereotype.
own drum. Yeah.
Until you get a little more of a taste for your baby boy. He might be a handful.
He already is, Anita. So fun. Yeah, I was thinking about putting my kids in music too. That's why I asked you guys. But I know it's going to be one of those things, like both of you just mentioned. They're going to go through the phases where they're like, I don't want to do this. And if I'm paying, baby, you're doing it. You know, and I don't want to do that. So I
My
don't.
parents were always like, you have to try something to say you don't like it.
Yeah.
Right? So they made me do the lessons, but after a while I'm like, no, I really don't like it. And so they were like, okay, move on to something else. You know, as long as it was positive, it was like, okay, yeah, all right, she just really doesn't like it.
Yeah.
But at least try before
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just say, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then I think, you know, one of the trickier things is, you know, what constitutes that at bat. You know, they say when you start a job, you know, give any job 6, you know, like don't quit after 2 weeks. Come on.
Exactly.
So you have to weigh all those things.
Right.
Hey, what constitutes a try and what is just like throwing in the towel
Yeah.
early? But
And music
it's an art, not a science. You know, parenting.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
an art to do music. I feel like it's not as fun as maybe, let's say, gymnastics or like you were saying,
Right.
baseball, where you're with your friends. It's more of like a one-on-one.
And it's interesting in that like the reward comes later in a way.
Exactly.
Where you like, you know, you do all the
That's a good
legwork up
point.
front.
It's not in the lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
It's once you've mastered it. Or
Yeah.
at least like master little pieces. Like probably when you learned your first song and then you realized like you could play a song.
Exactly. And one other, just while we have you on the line here before we have to sign off, is one thing that's worked for me with Theo. There's a lot of the grinding it out, learning the notes and everything, but there's also, we've mixed in, he really likes hip hop music. And so Dr. Dre has a lot of easier, catchy piano riffs that like Theo like, and that makes it fun in the short term, which is work.
Yeah.
So that may be another
maybe
thing
he'll
to
get
try.
To Bach, but right now
exactly.
it's
Maybe we'll get to Bach. Right now it's
And they get the, you did great from everybody listening, you know, which could also be encouragement.
Or once the girls are like, oh, you can play the piano.
The girls.
I keep trying to plant the seed, like, hey, Theo.
It works.
Theo,
Wait,
listen.
okay, you could do this later, in, maybe the ladies in high school.
Yeah, he's
might
like,
that.
Dad, stop
Like,
it, Dad.
Ew.
What is
Anita,
it? Crash
thank
out.
you again. Thank you for coming up, staying late. Yeah, cheers. Thanks to everybody at Howl at the Moon as well for letting us crash the party. We'll be back soon. Hopefully we can take a field trip with the whole class.
Ooh, fun times.
And I'll drag her back up on stage. All right, that's going to do it for us here during our 10 o'clock hour. We're about to hand over the baton to the lovely Tia Ewing, who's waiting in the wings right here, along with Gabriella Primus. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, everybody. See ya.
Did they win?
They play tomorrow.
Got it. Okay.
This is the first time I've
Okay. Thank you so much for watching Chicago Now. I guess we're up and we are rolling, and we're going to be talking to a Little League coach. This is really exciting. Good morning to everybody that's already tuned in. We're going to be talking to the Little League coach, part of Clarendon Hills, officially LLWS bound, after winning the Great Lakes region. And tomorrow they will open play versus Nevada. This is really exciting. They've been all over the news, and so we're going to be talking with the coach. I have Tina Nguyen that is going to join me. This is the first time ever that they've even made it this far. So really exciting, really fun. Tina's coming up right now to sit down so we can get ready to talk to the coach. I think this is really exciting. Come on. Yeah, you just walk. This is live, okay? We just walk up on the set and get things rolling. Yeah, we're on live TV. This is really cool.
Yes, it's super exciting and a great local story here.
Yeah.
A lot of local talent here, especially when it comes to sports. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to see where we at. Can we get Coach on?
Brian, is it Harold? Is that
Brian
the coach?
Harold, yes.
Okay.
And one of the great things about great storyline to look for, his son is on the team.
Oh,
He's a
I love
pitcher
that.
And shortstop, Brody. So I think he will be joining us as well. But yeah, how are you, Tia?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I like this story because it really shows, hard work does pay off.
Yes.
We've all been, a part of something growing up, and to see them go this far, I think is really, really exciting.
Holy World Series, there's nothing like it. I will
Okay.
say though, he's here.
He's
We
here.
got him?
Yeah, we got
Can
him.
Get Coach. Coach, let us know if you hear us.
Can
We're
you
so
hear
excited.
us?
Can hear you. Can you see us fine?
We don't see you yet. We can't wait to see your faces. I'm sure you're really excited. First of all, good morning to you. You're already in Nevada. What time is it there?
Well, we're here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And it is it's about noon our time
You
here.
guys are an hour ahead of us, yeah. So from what I understand, you guys left late last week, right? And now you've been there for a few days. What have these last few days been like for you guys up there?
It's great. Williamsport is a really special place. To see the field that has a ton of history is awesome, and we're really excited for the boys and for our town of Clarendon Hills and all the supporters back home.
Let's ask you this. What has the theme been for the team this particular season? And who's with you? Is that your son?
His son Brody.
This is my son Brody.
Hi, Brody. Good afternoon to you. How excited are you for this opportunity?
Really excited. I'm excited to play on the fields. It's really nice. It's a good experience.
Now, Coach, real quick, I gotta ask both of you guys. Okay, Brody, tell me, who's harder on you? Him as a coach or him as a dad?
Both.
Good answer, good answer. But, okay, Coach, I have to ask you though, what's more pressure for you? Bases loaded, bottom of the sixth, or figuring out where you guys are gonna go eat after a game?
Yeah, that's a toss-up, to be honest with you. We've, the baseball stuff, the kids are great, and it comes natural to them. But, figuring out what fast food place that I can get 12 boys to agree on may be tougher.
Let me ask you this, what's the difference? You're playing here locally at home, the season's going well, you see that you're moving up. Is it more pressure once you've moved up to this level? Or is it more pressure, playing in front of everybody at home?
We come from a district in Illinois that has terrific baseball teams. So we feel like, the competition we faced has really prepared us for states and then the regional championship and then here for the competition of Williamsport. The level of play is great. And I think the boys have been practicing a lot since the beginning of June, and they're up for some really challenging competition here at Williamsport.
Yeah, the Little League World Series set to begin tomorrow and goes through August. Open play against Nevada. You've got some pitching depth on your team, which is great because there is a pitch count in the Little League World Series. Defense has also been a strength for you guys, but what is it going to take tomorrow against Nevada?
It's going to take all 12 of our boys on our team. We that's kind of one of our mottos is, it takes 12. And, I have faith in everyone on the team. We do have strong pitching depth. We're going to be very smart about, the amount of pitches we have each boy throw. We feel very confident in our rotation. I think if we throw strikes and hit our spots, we'll do well. Nevada's a great team. And I think if they put the ball in play, we have a tremendous defense behind the pitchers.
I love that. I played sports for a little while. I never had the privilege of having my mom or dad be my coach. What has it been like being the coach and also being the father at the same time to your son?
Yeah, I think it's very unique. I think, Brody, he treats me like a coach and not the dad. And I think that's tough for a young boy to do, certainly with the level of competition he's playing at. It's special for me to be around him, to watch him, both as a dad and the coach out there. It's creating memories. My dad coached me growing up, and I remember those days. And you know, you know, you're rarely given the sort of opportunity to coach your son, but then to be on such a special stage is once in a lifetime.
Absolutely.
Hey Brody, tell me, what is it like for you being a part of this team, and when did you know that your team could make it to the Little League World Series?
Well, June 1st, we started practice, 2-a-days, morning hitting, fielding in the
2-a-days.
afternoon. Yeah, and every week we were getting better, and that's when I knew. When we got to regionals, we saw the teams, and they were really good, but we knew we could make it here. And our defense is good, hitting is good, and that's how we got here.
Brody, what is it like having him as your dad and your coach at the same time?
Yeah, I love it because every time we go home, he teaches me stuff. He knows what to do, and I get a lot of extra things. So, yeah.
I got to ask you this because I'm thinking, like a mom, I'm sure you think as a dad, school is approaching. It sounds like your summer is going to go a little longer because you're going to be, you know, on a world stage for this.
Yeah, it's definitely interfering with our normal routines back home, and school is starting, and hopefully we can get a reprieve from the teachers back in Clarendon Hills for Brody and all the boys. But you know, they're rallying around the team, and you know, their support back home in Clarendon Hills means everything. And I think we'll get the academics figured out when we get back, and we'll have a huge concentration over a couple weeks to catch up. But for now, we're gonna enjoy this.
I love what you said about the support. And so you obviously want the community to support Wednesday, the big day. How can people support and actually watch all of this play go down?
Yeah, there's going to be a watch party in Prospect Park in Clarendon Hills. I think they're going to have a big screen TV for anyone that wants to be part of the watch party to be there to watch the game. And you know, I can't wait to see the pictures from that event and all the young faces of you know, boys and girls, future softball and baseball, Little League players rooting the team on. It's going to be really neat.
Coach, overall, what has it been like getting this kind of support from the Chicagoland community?
It's been amazing. The love and support, the well wishes we receive on behalf of these boys. You know, these boys have done something really unique for a town of our size. You know, only have 50 Little Leaguers in the entire Majors division, 24 12-year-olds. You know, and we select 12, and so to have the talent level and the teamwork that they display is unique and special. And I like to tell everyone here in Williamsport about their story. But having the support of the community around these boys and come from that community we do in Clarendon Hills is amazing, and it's definitely special.
So Bodie, I got to ask you, obviously you love this sport. What does your future look like? What do you want to do when you get older?
Well, based off this, I want to go to the MLB, play for the Cubs.
I can see it. I mean, you're on your way.
Your hometown team.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts on the Cubs this season so far, Brody.
Well, they started off good. Now they're taking a downfall, kind of.
I know. Couldn't
Yeah.
get any starting pitching at the trade deadline. Well, Coach and Brody, we thank you guys so much for your time, and of course, good luck. We'll be watching and supporting you guys as well.
Let's get it done.
Thank you. Thanks for having
You
us.
hear it here in the studio too, so a lot of support for you guys as you guys begin your journey up there in Williamsport.
Thank you. Go Clarendon Hills.
Yeah, go Clarendon
Bye,
Hills.
guys. Thank you.
All right, see you guys later. And you'll be back. They'll be back with the trophy the next time we see them.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
How
fingers
awesome is
crossed.
that?
Absolutely awesome. You know what I really love? I always talk about young people. I'm just
Yes.
so moved to see young people doing good and to see
Dreaming
a dad
big.
really pushing their son. I think we need more of that in our community. So when I see that, I almost go to tears, honestly, over it. It makes me so happy.
I was going to say, for you as a mother, you
Yeah.
can relate to that too. Yeah. When I was talking to him a little bit yesterday, this is his last season coaching. He's got 3 kiddos, 2 boys, 1 girl. and this is his last kiddo that he's getting to coach. And I was like, that's incredible to get
That
to
is.
do this and to go to the Little League World Series, and just, I mean, for those kids at that age, like that is going to be a memory that you will talk about for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. I love this outfit, girl. You're doing your thing today.
So I
We
kind of
see
keep
you.
up with you.
Okay, I guess. I'm trying to keep up with you. Okay, so we have a lot coming up on Chicago Now. We're going to be talking yoga. We're going to be talking about, this one really had me like, what? Divorce registries? I ain't never heard of that before.
Divorce rates are over 50% from what I hear.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
well,
know
this
about
is,
it, but I heard about it.
This is like when you break up and you realize like, oh, they took the forks, the knives, the spoons I needed. I'm going to put it on a gift
but
registry.
Shouldn't you? Oh,
Don't even get me started. We're going to talk about it. Coming up after this break. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back to Chicago Now. We have a little bit of a different topic, but it's one, you know what, we keep it real here.
We do.
We know that things, they might get a little backed up when it comes to, I don't really want to say it, but you
But
get
your
what we're feeling.
health.
Yeah, you're with your health, right? And you want some moves to try to get your digestion going, your system going, and we have those moves for you. We're with Kayla Straub. You are an fitness instructor. You do yoga, Pilates, you name it. And you came with a couple of tips, but first I want to learn a little bit more about you.
Yeah.
Tell us about your instructor journey and how you came to be who you are now.
Absolutely. I moved to Chicago a decade and a half ago to pursue theater, and I quickly realized that that wasn't my vibe. But teaching fitness is pretty similar. You get a microphone, you have an audience, there's music, there's lights, and I was like, oh, this is a good parallel. And so for the last 15 years, I've been teaching everything from bar to kickboxing to yoga. Here we are.
So you really do it all.
So now we're talking about, figuring out some moves that can clear up being backed up. When I heard backed up, I was thinking dancing, backing it all up. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about really getting our body flowing here.
Absolutely. Moving some things through the digestive tract.
What do we need to do? I'm gonna let you go ahead and start showing us what we gotta do.
I think some of the most important things to think about whenever you're just giving this a shot is to try and stay mentally chill. I think we forget how connected our brains and our guts are, and sometimes just like some stress can be the root cause of why things are where they are. So, a couple different postures. I think it's important, again, to be comfy. So I brought a pillow, I brought some blocks. I'll be down on the floor, but I think a lot of these things could also be done sitting in a chair.
Okay, I'm going to join you here.
Oh, get down here.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to join you
let's get
too.
down.
What you don't see is that Tia's nice shoes are off camera right now because we decided, you know what,
Okay.
I'm gonna try
I don't know
this.
if I could do that in this skirt, but I'm going to try. I'm going to go
You know
this
what?
way.
I'm going to face this way.
I'm
How
going to go
about
this
that?
way. Yeah, that's a good
We're going to face
good
back
move.
to back.
All
Okay.
right.
Let's
I'm
do
going to
it.
lay down on my back.
Oh.
I'm going to pull my knees into my chest. And we call this
I'm
quite
gonna go
literally,
I'm going to go this
we call this quite literally wind relieving pose.
Good
If
thing
you
I wore
can-
some undies today.
If you can kind of
Some
guess
little
as to
shorts.
why. So this
I'm just
posture,
going to lay flat, Kayla, all right?
you look great.
Can I just lay flat?
We call this corpse pose, so you're doing great. By pulling your knees into your chest, you're creating some compression for your abdominal muscles. It can help like sort of massage the intestines and move things through.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the pillow and the blocks, how does this come into
okay.
play?
So twisting is also really helpful for your digestive tract. It sort of like smushes all of your organs together. And so from my back, if I take my pillow over to the side, I can hug one knee into my chest. I can give it a few circles, help move some things around through the hips. I'm relaxing my hips and my low back. And then if I twist, my thigh can just start to rest right on this pillow or this bolster. I can spread my arms and look out to the side. And because I'm twisting, all of my intestines and internal organs are starting to like smush together and make a symphony of movement.
And this is an instant,
Pushing
right?
things
We
out.
won't be doing this in the class, right?
Say again?
If we're in a class, we're doing this. This is an instant relief, right?
Oh, it can be, yeah.
Oh, that's
I mean,
good to
not
know.
immediately, but like sometimes a yoga class does get a little stinky, so.
Wait, what? Break that down for us. You can't just leave us right there.
I knew it.
Are you saying people pass gas during classes?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. And you know what? It's like, as much as we think it's funny, and it is, but like it's just a very normal part of
It
being a
is.
human and like letting your body do the things that it needs to do. And so like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, maturely to accept that.
If you're
yeah.
at home and you're doing some of these movements, should you hold them for at least like 30 seconds, you know, to really get things going?
Yes, I'd say hold them for about like 5 rounds of breath or whatever feels comfortable for you. And what's really important is just to remember to breathe, allowing your breath to calm your brain and allow your muscles to relax as you sit in the pose.
You know, it's really interesting. A lot of people that are in kind of like high stress environments, they feel like, well, I'll just go work out. That'll relieve the stress. But it sounds like yoga is, in some cases, also more of a grounding and calming experience.
Yes, absolutely. Working out in general is great. It increases your endorphins, helps get you those good chemicals that you want, like serotonin. However, yoga helps pull you into a grounding state. We call it your parasympathetic nervous system. It's the one that keeps you out of fight or flight and moves you into rest and digest. And so yoga helps sort of slow everything down, put you in connection with your body as it breathes, and you just start to feel more grounded, more calm, more at ease.
It seems like everyone that I know that like does yoga or Pilates, they're like so calm.
Yeah,
and I'm
they
like,
are.
how can I get there?
No,
like everybody.
It's because we have no chill. That's it.
Yeah, maybe it's our job,
Yeah,
our environment.
I think we have no chill. But I asked you, you know, I'm really inflexible. When I tell you I'm really inflexible, and I'm embarrassed sometimes taking a yoga class. It gives me like a little bit of like heightened anxiety. But I should just let that go, you said.
I really think you should try. I get like showing up in a group environment, especially, and wanting to feel like you have to be like everybody else. Like that's kind of the culture we live in, is assimilation. But the beauty of yoga is it's always a practice. And so whether or not you can do a handstand or even just like touch your toes, the practice is what you're doing, is you're showing up, you're giving it a shot, and you're just trying to connect with how your body feels in that moment. And you continue to practice that day over day, month over month, year over year, and I think you'd be surprised to see how much you grow.
Somebody watching right now, maybe they've never taken a yoga class before. Where would you tell them to start?
Yoga is everywhere and
Yeah.
so accessible. I think just a simple Google search with some YouTube can help you find somebody that resonates with you and make you feel comfortable doing it at home. Otherwise, like we live in Chicago, there's so many amazing studios, teachers, communities for yoga that just doing a quick Google Maps search and seeing what's accessible to you is a great way to start, because you want to make sure it's something that you can fit into your daily routine, whether it's something you do in your bedroom or you get out of the house for. You want to make sure that it's something that you can do consistently.
Yeah, because it almost seems, sorry, Gabby, it seems trendy sometimes, because people are like, well, I wear, aloe or aloe outfit, so I'm good to go. I'm in a yoga environment already, but it's more to it.
Absolutely. Yes. I think like yoga and fitness in general gets like a very westernized, trendy look to it. When in reality, like yoga is an ancient art, and it has been around long before my outfit has.
Yeah.
So
very true. Okay, you showed us 2 moves.
Yes.
You showed us the one where you brought your knees up and the one where you kind of supine twist. Is that what it's called?
Supine twist. Yeah,
Okay.
laying on your back, twisting a knee over.
Do you have any more?
Oh, I have so many. Yes.
You do? Okay.
I like the downward dog. That's like one of my
that
favorites.
is one of
Or
them.
the stretch where you're getting your core.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So I can do both of those. Tabletop position, wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Cows and cats, you inhale as you tip your tailbone up, you drop your belly, and you try to pull your heart forwards, gaze up. You exhale as you push into all of your fingertips, press your heart through your shoulder blades up to the sky,
this feels
and
so
look
good.
back through your inner thighs. And so this is massaging and stretching the abdominal muscles. It's tilting the pelvis. It's giving you stretch for the low back as well. And what I really love about this is we're breathing. As you move with your belly down, you're inhaling. As you arch and round your spine, you're exhaling. And so again, we're getting into the nervous system as well, chilling our brain out and connecting to our bodies.
It's a simple move.
I love it. It's so comfortable. Like, it's so like relieving. Like, now I don't want to continue the show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel very calm.
If I walk my hands a little further and I tuck my toes under, stick my booty up in the air.
Michigan Avenue ain't ready for that.
We've got downward facing dog. And I'm doing kind of the same thing here, trying to tip my tailbone up. And again, just trying to breathe into my belly.
Feels so good.
It does.
Even for someone who doesn't have any flexibility.
But some people looking out of those windows across the street are like, what the hell?
The L's gonna stop.
Hey, everybody. Wow, that's great. Where can people follow you? If they want to take a class from you, where can they find more?
Yeah, my Instagram is the best way to get in touch with me and see my schedule. It's at Kayla and the Cosmos. I teach all of my classes based off of where we are in the zodiac calendar. So we're in Leo season right now.
Yes,
we're doing a lot of both of you Leos.
Yeah,
I get that vibe. Very fiery. So we're working on a lot of our fire center, our Manipura chakra. So doing a lot of twists and some of the things that we've seen here.
I love it. That is so cool. Kayla, thank you for coming.
Yeah, you're great. I love your inner, good vibes,
Yeah,
for sure.
no, I feel more relaxed actually. I can get through the
me
day
too.
now.
I think we should just do the rest of the show from right here. So that's what we're going to do.
More cat cows.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back to Chicago Now. Yeah, we got our shoes back on.
Yeah, we do. Don't worry.
We're all good now. All right, we're talking about what is going viral. And this one, I was like, what are people doing?
Shocked.
People are just crazy. So there's a divorce registry thing that's out there. So you break up with somebody, it doesn't work out. You get on a gift registry essentially and say, hey, I need some forks. Can you guys pour into my fork fund and buy me some forks? I just think that's crazy.
I don't know. And it's more gifts than just that. Like for
it
instance,
could be anything.
There's an example of one woman who has gone on and asked for a lot more than just
She
forks.
wanted a $170 weeknight serving bowl, a $450 North Face tent, and a $22 spoon rest. Girl, bye. Absolutely not.
You know what? You have to be a really good friend or think you're a really good friend to ask others for that stuff and think that they're going to give it to you. I have a friend come up to me and maybe we're more peers and she asked me to buy something off her divorce registry.
Not happening. Well, here's the problem I have with it. You've already taken money from me when I came to the wedding. I gave you a gift for the wedding. Right, use that to go buy you some forks.
So you want a reward now for getting divorced?
Yeah, I think it's crazy. But I also think this person may have done this to go viral.
Probably.
Because this was a TikTok influencer who put this out there. It gained traction. Now we're talking about it. And I think sometimes people do just stupid stuff to go viral. But in fairness, there is a registry strictly for this. And it's called Fresh Starts Registry. I'm not making it up. And you can go on there and put stuff that you feel like you need. Things from Amazon, Walmart. So people are doing it. I don't know. Don't come asking me if I gave you a $200, amount of money and a gift card to go for your wedding. Don't come asking me to ask now pour into your divorce registry.
I'm going to give you something if I want to give you something.
Right.
Let's make it like that.
I'm going to tell you, I wish you the best.
Okay, well, speaking of dating and getting into that scene, so there's a trend going around, a conversation. Women are ditching their makeup and going barefaced on first dates. Now, I've done this on many dates. It's been a while since I've had a first date, but I don't see an issue with it, I guess.
Well, I don't see an issue with it because I have seen some people. Okay, so let's break this down. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
So we work in the TV space, right? So you get to see people with or without makeup. I come in here every day without makeup, and some of my other counterparts. And over the years, I've worked at many stations where people come in without their makeup. There's been a few cases, not here.
Sure.
But
she saw me earlier without makeup
where
on.
I'm like, wait, who are you? Say who? So I do think it's fair to let the person that is interested in you see you without makeup because it can be shocking. I do think, I do my makeup on Facebook all the time, so people see me barefaced, but I have seen some people, me included, without that makeup, baby. That is not Tia.
Oh, yeah.
That is, I don't even want to say Tim, okay? That's somebody else.
I don't know. I've had a couple jump scare moments. I've got a couple jump scare moments when I look at myself and the camera comes up and selfie. I'm like, who is that?
Who is it? It's shocking. And I know for me, I'll be honest with myself. I'm not talking about anybody else. Without makeup, I can be a shocking individual to some people. You're like, who are you? So I do think that it's fair to give the person that is interested in you a chance to see you without the lashes, without the eyebrows drawn in, and without the foundation, because sometimes foundation and things like that are covering blemishes. And I think it's just fair to be who you are. And if they cannot accept that, tell them to have a good day. There is somebody that will accept it. And I think listen, I know you didn't ask for my relationship advice,
No,
but that's
I love
just
it.
my take.
I mean, that's my take too.
Yeah, like it or leave it. Bye.
Exactly.
Next card. Okay. I'm just kidding. I'm getting a little aggressive today.
I love this.
Okay, so this one is interesting. So as appetites slim down, so do menus. Restaurants respond to the Ozempic effect. I think this is very interesting. I do think that a lot of restaurants, including fast food, they do need to lean more to healthier. Like I say it all the time when we're in the newsroom, next thing I know, a pizza's rolling in. Don't get me wrong, Chicago's known for pizza. The pizza's great. But sometimes you don't want to look like a pizza.
No, it's so true.
You want to look like a salad. Oh, can we get some salads up in here?
Yeah, I want to look like a little petite scone. I don't want to look like a giant scone. No, but I think this is right. I would like to see menus with smaller portions.
Yes.
Because sometimes also you just ate before and you're not trying to be rude and not eat in front of you're going out with your girlfriends or something. You just want a little small cutesy portion.
Yeah, I agree. And for dates, sometimes you want a smaller portion. You don't want to eat listen, my first date with my husband, he have to tell you, he said, I've never seen a woman eat like that before. I was like, I was hungry. I'm not going to fake who I am. But in fairness, I do think they should move with the times. That makes more sense.
I think so too, and I don't think we have to brand it as like, okay, this is for people who are on GLP-1 drugs or anything. It's just for someone who's not as hungry as the other person.
Right, and that's fine.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
should be fine. Okay, so what are we talking about coming up? We're talking about vaping, how to spot vapes in schools. School is coming back in session, and we know that some kids are out there vaping. This is a big issue, and they're trying to shut down a lot of these places that are selling and really targeting children. But I think that parents still need to know what to look for. So we're going to talk to an expert coming up right after this break. We'll be right back. So welcome back to Chicago Now. So they're out there. They look like highlighters, even your cell phone, and in some cases, they even look like gaming controllers. And I'm talking about vapes. And as school starts back, this is something that picks up, and parents need to know what to look for. And joining us now is Cooper Briscoe, VP of Marketing for Eagle Eye Networks. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about this technology that you've developed, advanced vape detection sensors. How does it work?
Yeah, so we're looking for particulates in the air. We have an indoor air quality sensor that is ultimately looking for changes in dynamic, right? So motion of vape, the particulates itself, smoking, and it ultimately detects those things and gives you the capability to send a notification or take action based upon that vape being detected.
What kind of, do you know this answer? I guess, what kind of vapes are like the most sneaky right now? Is there a certain thing that, or a certain vape that looks like a certain item that you guys are really seeing as an issue, or you're being told it is an issue?
Yeah, it's funny. It's a great question. The problem that we have is that kids are crafty, right? These companies, unfortunately, that are targeting kids with vape devices are getting smarter and craftier, and they know that people can identify a vape in someone's hand. So let's not make it look like a vape. So can we make it look like a calculator, like a highlighter? Can we build it into a backpack? That's what we're dealing with today. So what our technology is doing is it's not actually solving the problem of, is there a vape hidden in someone's pocket or in their backpack? Because we can't stop the vapes getting in the hands of the kids in school, what we can start to do is identify usage within the school. So the way that it really works, and what I want you to understand is, think about this. A kid enters a locker room, a classroom, or I'm sorry, not a classroom, a bathroom, somewhere where cameras can't go and ultimately staff or employees aren't watching those kids. That's where they're going to vape. So what we can do is introduce a vape sensor within one of those locations, and then ultimately notify staff, local resource officers, administration when vaping occurs. to make that even better, since Eagle Eye Networks is a cloud-based video surveillance company, we can actually tie a camera feed that's not inside the bathroom, but that's looking at the entrance to the bathroom, so that when a student enters the bathroom, a vape is detected, and then that student exits the bathroom, we now have an opportunity to know who vaped. We have video footage to prove that that kid came in there, and ultimately it's going to put a stop to vaping in schools, or do the best we can to catch the kids that are the offenders.
So Cooper, since you said schools specifically, how many schools have you installed this technology in so far?
So, boy, it's hard to keep count of. We just launched this technology a few months ago. It's expanding rapidly. So we've been testing with a lot of schools. I don't know what the data is, and I can't give you a specific number, but I could get back to you on that one.
Any schools in our area?
But the need, go ahead.
Any schools in our area in the Midwest? In Illinois at all?
So I know we have a lot of prospects that we're working, and I don't have any specifically off the top of my head that I could list for you today. But again, the technology is taking off. And I want people, when you think about schools, I think most people immediately go to the concerns of high schoolers, right? But the crazy part is we are selling these vape detectors to middle schools, even some elementary schools. And that's a scary proposition to think of. But it's so prevalent. And I think everybody's excited that smoking is on the decline, but that has led to the rise of vapes. And unfortunately, it leads people to think that this might be a healthy alternative. And it's so prevalent in the kids' hands that every school is dealing with this problem.
Cooper, I know that we're talking about schools and with kids, but adults can sometimes be just as sneaky. I can't tell you how many times I've seen an adult vape in an airplane, you know, an environment like that. Is this maybe technology that could help those kind of situations as well?
Without a doubt. So think about airplanes, think about workplace environments, right? No one 10 years ago would ever pull out a cigarette at their desk and smoke in their office, but because vapes are a little bit more incognito, it seems to be okay. And so it'd be nice to be able to monitor that indoor air quality within the building. And so businesses are excited about this, universities, schools, but basically anywhere that's indoors and you want to protect indoor air quality, Eagle Eye sensors can help you there.
I love this. What were some of the challenges when it came down to your team developing this technology?
Honestly, it's working with the people to understand what's your standard operating procedure, because it's one thing to detect vape, but what does that look like if I'm in administration? If I'm a principal, do I want to report once a day that says how often did we detect vape? Do I want that once a week, once a month, or do I want real-time action? So for example, when that vape detector goes off, do I want to tie that immediately to a notification? Maybe it's a Slack notification to let a core team of administrators know on campus. Do I want to send or share an associated video clip of the person that entered that premise, right? So it's really, it's once the vape detection occurs, what are we doing with that information? How aggressive are we going to be with it? And how proactive can we be to address this? You know, am I in administration and looking for this as an opportunity to go pull somebody out of class directly after a break, to teach them a lesson and let other kids know we now have this technology? So don't think that you can sneak a vape at school. Those are the real struggles and where the exciting part of this solution comes into play now.
Yeah. I bet when you talk about this with schools, they might be a little concerned with, you know, there being cameras and them being, I know, outside of the bathroom or outside of the locker room, that it might be, you know, not protecting student privacy. I guess what's your argument to that?
Yeah, it's great, right? There's always this balance. We want to know what happens, when it happened, and who made the thing happen, okay? And video brings that world to us. Mm-hmm. You start to cross video into the world of a school, and now we get concerned because we're talking about kids, we're talking about minors, we're talking about kids in classrooms. And so what often occurs is you're not going to see video or cameras within a classroom, but you do want to see it in common areas like the hallways or a quad area where people go gather. And so if I have the capability to put it in certain places and not others, that's helpful. But if that's still a concern from a privacy standpoint, the good news is we partner with people and have the ability to redact your face, for example, or anything that you want. So this video is core and it is in the hands of the administrators of the system, but we don't let that video get out into the hands of public. And even if an administrator wanted to share that video, there are redaction tools and technologies that can keep that to where the people in the frame of of video are remaining private, and we're not sharing that information because it is a big deal, and especially with our kids in schools.
Let me ask you this. Vaping, obviously it detects that. Marijuana, also a big issue in schools. Can this technology detect marijuana as well, or is it strictly vaping?
No, it absolutely. So THC, THC-like chemicals, or vaping, smoking. It's actually more than just a vape sensor. I know we're talking mostly about vapes, but it is an indoor air quality sensor. So things like noise and movement and CO2, all of those fall into this indoor air quality sensor that is most commonly referred to and used as a vape sensor.
How long did it take to develop this technology? I mean, it's really riveting when you think about it.
Yeah, it's neat, right? I mean, smoke detectors, traditional smoke detectors have been around for decades and decades, right? And I think we all know them as the thing that beeps in the house and you take the battery out so you don't have to deal with the nuisance, right? So the technology behind it and what people have been doing is advancing on that for decades and decades to bring this particulate matter in and be able to identify it. I think what you're starting to see in the world of sensors is expanded capabilities within a single device, right? We used to have to buy a smoke detector separate from a CO detector. Well, now we have a smoke detector that is a CO detector, that is a vape detector, that can detect noise. It's pretty impressive, really, what's happening with the technology.
Cooper, I have to say that, yes, this technology is very advanced, but I have to ask you, can it tell you whether it's vape smoke, whether it's dab pen smoke, whether it's, some other kind of device that they're using?
So I love that question. You are ahead of the game and would be a great product manager on our team because that is the direction of the future, right? Is starting to get to that individual particulate matter to say, I don't want to just find out about vape because maybe from a school standpoint, staying with that theme, maybe THC vape is a different type of reaction than a traditional smoke vape.
If someone's watching right now, maybe it's a school district and they want to implement this, maybe they haven't heard of it until today, what can they do to find out more from you and your company?
Look, I would recommend go to eagleeyenetworks.com or EEN.com. What we do is we provide a platform that brings safety and security to schools and workplaces, trying to make the world a better place. Whether that is things like gun detection within schools, vape sensing, etc. But ultimately, our company installs these through a global network of professional security installers. And if you reach out to us, we'd be more than happy to connect you to a local installer in your area.
Really fascinating.
It is. Did you say gun detection too? Gunshot detection?
Yeah, listen, if you want to extend the segment, we could go all day. There is a lot of excitement in the world of what we can now do, taking on new AI technology into the world of cameras and bringing those cameras intelligent opportunities to actually detect things and determine what we want to do, what actions we want to take, and how we want to manage those events within a large ecosystem, right? That's really the advantage of what's starting to happen. So yes, I could go on and on for this
we'll have
for
to
hours.
have you come back. I was going to ask you about AI, and you literally went right there. Cooper, we appreciate you. You've been very insightful, and thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Ladies, thank you so much. It's been my pleasure.
Thank you,
we'll
Cooper.
see you
We
next time,
appreciate
Cooper.
All right, we have two in-house Swifties who are here to talk about a new announcement that came just last night. We're going to learn more about it, and we're going to share their opinion with you
when we come back.
Chicago Now. Okay, we have two very special guests with us. We have Chris K, which I love that kind of stage name you have it going on, and Marissa Rubino. You guys are great coworkers here at Fox 32. But you're
I
also,
love
them. Mega Swifties,
The
especially you.
resident Swifties
Yeah,
of
okay, the
Fox
resident
32.
Swifties.
Indeed.
Excuse me, of Fox 32. All right, there was a big announcement last night. What is this announcement, and how did it come to be?
Last night,
Chris.
it started during the day when, if you looked at her website, there was a clock that was ticking down. And of course, everybody loses their minds because we don't know what's going on. There's no indication of what's happening. There's nothing that really gives you a pointer of being like, okay, well, this literally could be anything.
Something's happening.
Yeah. And then from there, we waited until it was 12:12 Eastern time, which is 11:12 Central time.
Yeah.
The clock hits 11:12, and the website crashed.
Because so many people were
As
going
does,
on it?
As it does. And the other thing that came out yesterday was the Kelsey brothers have their New Heights podcast, and they tweeted out a teaser that was a picture with a covered silhouette in the middle of our next guest coming on this week, and everyone's freaking out thinking it's Taylor. But we've been thinking this for a year now, so we're maybe it's real this time. And it is. So this is her first podcast appearance ever.
Oh,
She's gonna be on New Heights tomorrow.
This is a big deal.
Tomorrow. Okay, what time does it launch? Do you know?
7 p.m. I think.
7 p.m.
But so she did a video where she was with Travis and Jason teasing it, and she was like, guess what this is?
So we know there's a
So
new
cute.
album,
Yeah.
The Life of a Showgirl, but we don't know the date in which the album drops.
We don't know what the album cover looks like either.
Okay. So are you expecting to find that out on the podcast, do you think?
Maybe.
Well, yesterday at 11:12, when the entire website crashed,
11:12.
everybody is like, "What is happening?" And of course, we're all getting 504, 500, bad gateways, and I don't know about you, Marissa, but I was kind of what is
What's
the
happening?
deal here?
It was Y2K levels of hysteria.
So what happened on the website after it crashed? Did anybody go back to see you? Did it say anything?
Pre-orders.
For the album.
So the New Heights podcast, the social media team released small clips of Taylor being pulling up a box, and Travis being look at this, and she pulls out the album, but it's blurred out, so we don't know what the album cover looks like, but she's basically saying, yeah, Taylor Swift 12 is coming.
Interesting. Okay, I want to know how someone found the time, what do you call it, clock down.
There are Swifties that monitor these things all day, every day, but also the Taylor Nation accounts were tweeting out. So remember her book that she put out that was a photo book of the Eras Tour?
Yeah.
Yes.
At the very end of it, it was signed, "See You Next Era," and it was orange. And she's been wearing orange. And then Taylor Nation posted pictures of her all in orange, saying basically, "See you next era," it's coming. So everyone kind of gets this air of okay, we need to be watching everything because this is about to happen.
Okay, The Life of a Showgirl. What theme, what do you expect from this album?
Legs?
Well, we don't
We don't know.
But that's the part.
Yes.
We just
I know,
don't
but
know.
just hearing the title, you guys have any indication?
Yeah,
considering
her song from Tortured Poets, "I Can Do It With a Broken Heart," on tour when she performed it, it was a big showgirl performance, and it was very much no matter what's going on with me, I'm going to come out and put on a show dazzling lights. So we don't know. But also in the teaser, in the background, because everything is an Easter egg with Taylor Swift, there was an orange TS album and then a red TS album. So are we getting another album? Somebody was are we getting The Life of a Showgirl and The Death of a Showgirl?
Do you think she's married Travis Kelce?
No.
I don't.
No, seriously. The only reason I ask that is because, you don't often see big celebrities like a Taylor Swift go on a podcast of a boyfriend.
It's
to elevate his platform even more. You know what I mean?
We all know. Well, Taylor Swift's song "Endgame." They're for real. We obviously know that because she's on the podcast. But I think what sealed it was when she brought him out at the Eras tour.
Okay.
You don't do that with a situationship. You don't do that with a boyfriend.
I think they might be married. I'm just saying.
I think it's wild because, especially today, there's a GQ magazine interview that Travis Kelce did where he compared Taylor to an athlete, saying there are things that she does in one show that I don't do on a Sunday. This is 3-4 days in a row. I do it for 3 hours on a Sunday. She's doing it. She's doing incredible things. So I think we're getting to that point now where it's hey, not only they're serious, but she's taking. Or she's bringing Swifties to a place that they never thought they would go, which is a football player's podcast. It's crazy.
Yeah, and he's finally met his match. He's at the top of his game, and she's one of the best in the business. And they're just in awe of each other.
They're married. I think that's why we might find that out.
Another Easter egg.
Well, we're focused on, we're all asking that question, but right now we're focusing on what is this album?
We have bigger things to focus on.
So,
bigger
okay,
fish to fry.
So I know that you said that this kind of ties in with what is it? What's
the Tortured Poets song? I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Yeah, thank you for the song title. So do you think this is like heartbreak songs, then pop songs?
I think it's pop. So she put out a playlist on Spotify of like a collection of her songs, and they were all songs that she collaborated with Max Martin on, which was like her pop era.
Okay.
So that's what we think. But another Easter egg. So at the Eras tour, who went?
Of course.
Twice.
Yeah.
The song that would always play right before the countdown clock in the beginning of the show was Applause by Lady Gaga. Yesterday marked 12 years since that song came out, and Taylor announced her 12th album. And it's all these things where it's like, is that just an insane, bonkers, mind-blowing coincidence, or does Taylor have all the chess pieces forever, and we're just playing the game?
That's what it sounds like.
I mean, you could take it a step further. In the letter where she announced that she purchased all of her recordings back, and she finally owns all of her albums now, there was a line where she says, like, I am this close to like announcing the next step, and like this had 12 eyes in it. So it's like you have to watch literally everything, and like she was telling us what was going on.
It's not like we're just being crazy. Like this is real. Like these things are real, like Zodiac killer level.
She has a good team. She has a good team.
Yeah, but I think it
always had a great
keeps you
team.
like interested, right?
Exactly.
It keeps you
It keeps me
guessing.
interested.
It's fun. Yeah, I want to know now.
So tomorrow on the podcast, do you think that she's gonna talk mostly about what's gonna be on the album? Do you think she'll open up a little bit about her personal life? What do you guys expect?
I think they might share some things about what they've been doing in their off time. I don't know how much she's going to reveal.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like we really just don't know how much she's going to share. Like obviously, I think most of it's going to be about the album, but like I think there's going to be some of the album details, but also there's going to be some little footprints, little Easter eggs here and there to kind of give us an idea of what else to expect and like keep us a little cliffhanger, if you will.
Yeah.
And the head Swifties will do all the math and figure it out, and then tweet about it and be like, guys, here's what I've deduced from today's investigation.
You think detectives work hard? Like the hardcore Swifties work harder.
No one works harder than
I believe it. So what time is the podcast tomorrow?
I think
Do we
7
know?
Eastern
7
at night.
Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys will be locked in, and then you'll come back and we'll talk about what happened on the
Absolutely.
podcast.
Because, I mean,
Look at Chris. He's like, duh.
Like,
I mean, what did you think would happen?
Like, what's more important, Bears training camp? No, Taylor Swift.
well, but it's
Wait a
orange.
minute now. Don't get
There you go.
Chicago's calling us. Chicagoans will call us out on that. All right, we look forward to having you back. This is interesting.
Thank
I
you,
gotta start
guys.
paying more attention because I'm not a Swiftie, but like
We'll
that
help you
makes me.
out.
But that makes me interested though because it's almost like true crime clues
Yes.
kind of
Yes.
thing. You know,
It's very fun. You know what?
Yeah.
I was a hardcore Swiftie growing up, and then I kind of stepped away. But I think she's pulling me back.
Yeah.
I think she's pulling me
She's
back.
pulling
a little
everybody
bit.
back.
And I love the Kelsey brothers so much. And I actually need to watch more of their podcast. I think. They're
really funny, and you could tell that like Taylor's been welcomed into their thing.
You can
and
even
she's
through
also
that
very
video.
funny.
Look how warm she
look
is.
at this.
Look at the way she's looking at that man.
Well,
I
and
mean, I
on
would
New
too.
Heights was when 2 years ago, Jason Kelsey was like, Travis, like, you want to tell us about your weekend? And he was like, I went to the Taylor concert. I brought a friendship bracelet with my number on it to give her, and I didn't. And now here we are.
Was
You know how
that true? Was
ended.
he telling the truth when he said that?
Absolutely.
Okay, because I did. When he said that, I was like, "Is he being serious or was there some
He
sarcasm?"
was legitimately disappointed.
Okay. Well, look how far they've come together. So yeah, that's impressive.
Okay, I cannot wait to find out. Actually, now this is getting me excited.
You
I
cannot.
had no idea until like we started talking today
Yes.
that she had made an announcement, semi-announcement yesterday. Oh wow. Okay, so what about your predictions? I guess I've already asked you some. If you think it's going to be more pop songs, Marissa, but lay it out for us exactly what you think.
And another tour.
It's gonna be.
Do you think
You
another
never know.
tour?
Well, that's the
A
thing. Like,
movie?
it's the dominoes. Are
I know
we
you
getting
never
another
know,
tour?
but let's just try at least.
So with the 2 album thing, so when she released Midnights, she put out Midnights, came out at midnight, and then at 3 a.m. she dropped like the collection of the 3 a.m. songs, which was like would've, could've, should've, like more like great songs. And then when she dropped the Torturous Poets Department, she dropped it, and then she dropped an entire second album with it.
You just
So
had to be there.
right, you had to be, and like, so we're not crazy for thinking this isn't just a standard album. Like, it's what else is she gonna do? Because she's always breaking the mold and doing something different.
So what do you do as a Swiftie in that case? Do you like kind of, because you're kind of used to that, do you kind of wait up at night to see what's going to happen?
I do.
I mean, but like going back to like not last April, but April 2024 when she released Torture Postcard, like I finished listening to that album, I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, Clara Bow ends and you're like, great, this is cool. Like, I'm just gonna digest this, and then an hour later she's like, by the way, second album, right?
Entire second album,
and it was a completely different sound with a completely different set of heartbreaking songs where you're like, oh, like this is how deep this is gonna go, and that's the part where we kind of sit back and think, okay, well, what is this new album gonna be? And like you were saying, Marissa, like she's collaborating with a lot of composers that she had with 1989, which like the upbeat era, like who doesn't love Style and Blank Space?
And Reputation.
Absolutely, where it's like, hey, like this sound is gonna be more upbeat, more uplifting, we think at least, but like, is there gonna be a second album that kind of mirrors that?
Yeah,
you guys need a podcast.
You do.
Yes.
But what is your prediction, Chris?
I honestly, like, I really think there's going to be an uplifting, more of a pop rock sound. At least I hope the pop rock sound too, especially when you consider where she is in her life right now, buying back her records, but where she is with Travis, you know, two basically Hall of Famers all at the same page at their point of their careers. Like, it's crazy, and I think we're going to see an album that reflects that.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of love in that album. I do.
I
Because
think
when
so,
you're in
too.
love,
I
you
hope
exude
so.
love. Yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
It's so
All right. Well,
cute.
we're going to have you back.
Thank
so
you,
be ready to
guys.
come back.
Thank
And
you.
I want to hear more about the Swiftie podcast you two should start.
Absolutely.
You should. Why not?
100%. Why not?
They're clapping for it. Yeah. Why not? All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
And you all, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for more Chicago Now.
Yes, we will.
Live from Chicago, this is Fox 32 News at Noon.
Next at noon, CPS's new CEO is facing a $730 million budget gap. Details on the plan that she's about to unveil and the pushback that's already building.
Plus, a tragedy in the suburbs. We've got an update on a deadly fire in